God bless you. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor. I'm Pastor John Woodin, and this is a ministry of Hollywood Faith Christian Center in beautiful Hollywood, Florida. We welcome you. We're going to start today in Mark chapter 4. On the same day when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side." Now when they had left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was, and other little boats were with them. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that it was already filling. And he was in the stern, asleep on a pillow, and they woke him and said, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" Well, first of all, tremendous storms rise up on the Sea of Galilee, so that sometimes the waves are as high as 30 feet. Just horrific storms come up because the winds come down through the mountains from Lebanon into the Sea of Galilee. Just terrible storms. But Jesus is sleeping, and it says that the waves are coming into the boat. So the boat is filling with water, and they're concerned. He says, "Don't you care that we're going to die? Don't you care?" Now, first of all, it's not clear that they understood at all who Jesus was. There was no expectation for him to stop the storm. It was, "Why don't you come and wring your hands with us? Why aren't you concerned about us? Why aren't you worried?" And Jesus speaks to the storm, and he says, "Peace, be still." Now, they would have known the scriptures about in Proverbs 30, where it says, "Who has gathered the wind in his fist? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name?" And in Psalm 65 it says, "And you who still the noise of the seas." And that's what it is. Peace, be still. It means that the noise stopped. When people are in horrific storms, tornadoes, and hurricanes, they talk about the sound. It's sometimes like a freight train coming through, or like tremendous, just this overwhelming sound. And when Jesus speaks to the storm, it stops. No more noise. Who will still the noise of the seas, the noise of their waves, and the tumult of the people? They had not wakened Jesus to stop the storm. They had wakened Jesus to be nervous and worried like they were. And he wasn't going to do it. Be still and know that I'm God. Stop the noise in your life. Stop the racket all around you. Some people can't be still, can't be quiet. Many Christians, I want to tell you, are just noisy. They can't sit in quiet because if it's quiet for more than 30 seconds, they got to talk. They got to pray. They got to shout hallelujah. They got to do something. Sometimes the Lord just says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still. Be quiet. Because the quietness, I can speak to you in the quietness. Psalm 4 says this, "I will lie down in peace and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me to dwell in safety. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake." Psalm 62 says, "Truly my soul silently waits for God." Excuse me. Silently waits for God. From him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. Isaiah 14 says, the Lord gives you rest from your sorrow and from your fear and from the hard bondage for which you serve. Sometimes the enemy just drives people insane. I believe that there are Christians that have no peace. They're driven constantly, where the enemy is constantly beating them and telling them they're not doing enough, and they got to do more, and they've got to be better, and and consequently, the prophet says, he gives you rest from your sorrow and from your fears. In the meantime, he says in verse 12 of Isaiah 14, verse 12, that he saw Satan fall like heaven, fall from heaven. And he even reminds his disciples in Luke chapter 10, I saw Satan fall like lightning. It's not a big deal. You've got to be quiet. You've got to pray. You've got to be in that place. Don't get caught up in, well, this is going on and that's going on. And he said, I saw the fall of Satan. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I will give you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing will by any means hurt you. Wow. That's just amazing. You should be encouraged, because he said, I'm not going to let anything come after you. If the Satan fell from heaven, when I saw that, he said, I don't worry anymore, and you need not too. God bless you, and we'll see you again next time.